All right, so we're gonna be breaking down some defenseman gameplay. We have an interesting one here. The request is actually that this player gets the breakdown. We're looking at it from the opposite view, which I'm not a fan of. I would just say if you guys are trying to get me to break down a period, just make sure that it's right side up. I don't want to break down an opposite view, but we'll do our best here. What I'm actually gonna do is break down basically the defense of both teams. So anything that I see from both sides of the ice in terms of the defensive perspective, that's what we're going to try to break down tonight or today. So let's take a look. Let's see. This is our guy here that we're trying to break down. See how he breaks out the puck from an opposite view. Nice pass. Patient with the puck from the guy cutting wide. He was able to get it. Now the defense there pressuring down low. So we're looking at it both sides of the ice here. They got to turn and skate. We have Teal on our side. Got poke checked from Desi or Desi. The guy that we're looking at, controlling the puck, finds the center. So that's two really good passes from. He's around the bend and scores. So really good breakout plays there from the righty that we're looking at here. The way that worked, poke check, they resetted it back to him, right? What this player does, he takes the puck, sends it right back to the defense, allows them to control it. And I think he finds the same player. He cuts down the middle, just finds them. Nobody steps up. Nobody's man marking that. That's an error on these guys here. And also the center, because I don't really know where they're going. You got the right winger that's sort of peeled off to the middle. So it's kind of like they were in a mini rotation. So nobody picks him up. Nobody's skating with speed. Nobody's turning and skating and man marking properly, right? When you see guys cutting down the middle and you don't have a center or somebody that's picking that guy up, the defense then have to turn and skate, quickly bail out to try to keep up with that player, to stay in front of him, which was not taking place here. Pass there, good give and go. So really good give and goes here. Works it back to the defense. See what he does. Works it back to the opposite defense. So the shot gets blocked. That's unfortunate there. There's not much you can do there. Nice man mark there from the defense. Silva works it around. DZ working it. Controlling. Nice. Good breakout. I mean, this is really good from him. I know, again, it's the reverse look. But these guys, on the reverse side, they're looking really good in terms of their defense. They know how to work well with each other. You can tell, right? If you keep the guys to the outside, that's all you really got to do. A good pass there in front and score. So that's a mismanage in terms of the defensive side here. You got Teal that went to the box, right? So you would want, ideally, somebody's got to pick up this guy here, which should be blue based on where they started. Blue is technically what EA is giving us in terms of the rotation whenever somebody goes to the box, right? So you have blue that should have been technically playing temporary defense, but he's not really understanding the role on that. Regardless, yellow here should have picked up anybody that came to the middle. Also, the support of green, depending on where he's going. So this is definitely stoppable from yellow. He went a little bit too far to the left side. Allowed for the guy to easily get that and tuck it on the backhand. Green finds red across. Almost had it there. So good job. They're working it back. Silva, easy, working it. Control. Doesn't have a lane. Finds one. So again, it's the patience level. This is big here because not a lot of guys understand this, right? From this perspective, he's made basically every single pass perfect, right on the money. Controlling it. He's not giving it away too soon. There's nobody pressuring him. Green is sort of pressuring, so he works to the middle. There's not a proper man mark here. These guys are kind of cutting in a lot of ways. You have like somebody forechecking. This guy's staying back, so it's kind of like he's staying home. Trap formation on the right side. Left side should be man-to-man coverage. It's kind of weird. I don't like the whole half trap, half forecheck style. If you're going to forecheck, send one or two. Have both wingers involved because one guy really isn't going to do much. It just doesn't really make sense. It's kind of confusing a little bit because it should be more man-to-man coverage. These guys broke away from towards the left side of the ice, which is really good patience though. Still from the defenseman to find that cut and then working that pass there. Working it back to the point. Across for 1T doesn't get through. Good block there from the winger. Works it back. Silva tried to take a shot. He probably had to pass back across. Works back the other way. Quick transition. Let's see what the defense are able to do here. Work to the middle. Good back check from the wingers. Blues is able to get it. Work it down low. So you can tell the offensive positioning from the opposing team or from the team that we're looking at here. This team is not quite as good as the guys here that we're seeing, right? shot on. So again, we're not finding the lanes in terms of those shots at the point. That's where you'd want to probably just do a little better in terms of when you're releasing the puck. But it's still very good control. I mean, you guys scored, what, 3 goals? Or 2 goals already so far, so pretty decent job. Poke check there. Just a little bit too aggressive. I mean, it's gonna happen. Typically 2-on-2, so your guys are allowed to skate backwards. I don't like to stay too much in a backpedal, you know, just because of how quick a lot of guys are trying to get up to speed. I know in the CHL, it doesn't seem like forwards are really moving with a lot of speed. They're kind of like taking their time. You get up to any of the higher levels, they're going to be doing the LT pivots. They're going to be like driving very quickly, right? So not too often will you be able to like actually play the game from a back pedal. You'll have to turn and skate very quickly. There's a lot of times too that when I'm playing defense, I don't like when there's a lot of space created. So a lot of times, let's say I'm playing back here, there'll be a lot of times where I do this type of route where I go forward and then skate back, or then turn and skate. So then this guy will get the puck and I'm closer, staying over the top wherever he goes, but I'm closer to him and I'm skating the opposite direction. You can't necessarily play for a poke that way, but you can stop their forward momentum. Even if they work it to the other guy, to the other, to like the other winger here, it's the same idea. If he does the exact same thing, he could probably just turn and skate and kind of like glide a little bit, let these guys get up to speed, and then man mark that way and shadow their movements. I don't like necessarily the back pedal because you can easily get burned in this game. Right here, bang. All it takes is one poke check where you miss, and these guys are around the bend, and that's it. That's the only issue I have with backpedaling in this game, because you're literally, every time you poke check, you're just flat-footed. If you do not get it, you're flat-footed, and if you don't have any inside support, any other back check support, these guys are around and they're taking a shot right to the net. That's the only difference there. There's a lot of times where I would prefer to just always be skating the opposite direction. It's not actual like fundamental hockey. It's not real hockey, but that's the whole point of this, right? This is how EA Sports wants us to play now, especially with how fast some guys go. Sometimes you just would rather close the distance, turn your back to them, and just shadow their movements that way. But in terms of breaking out the puck, I mean, he's hit it every single time. This guy's finding breakout passes left and right, and they're getting established zone time in the offensive zone. I mean, this other team, they're not properly man marking. Blue should have went towards that guy to hit him. Now he finally pursues, but they're just creating offense. They know how to they know how to play, you know, positional fundamental hockey, working it back, shot on, saved. I mean, it's really good offense, man. Let's see how these guys break it out. Okay, good give and go the opposite direction. So let's see what these guys do. Ooh, tripping call. So good draw there from Yellow. But he's still kind of putting himself in a very dangerous spot. You'd want him to sort of get rid of that puck sooner if he can, or try to make some sort of move around. But he was able to turn his back to him. That's what allowed you know, his legs to be exposed there. So, or his skates to be exposed there for the poke check. Was able to trip him. So power play with a minute 18. Let's see what they can do here. If they have any decent looks. Work it back. See what Yell does. Control. I mean, that's fine. You'd want, you know, him to find a better pass there. I mean, it's not actually a problem to work it around. It's just, you know, usually you'd want to try to find a blade of somebody who can try to create something quick. Let's see, breakout pass. Good job there. Blue kind of closed off. So not much here. Yeah, in terms of the offense, you can definitely tell that the opposing team here, Benford, was a lot better. And that's definitely because of these players here, man. Especially the guy that we're mainly looking at, right? And that's probably why he wanted me to break down this period, because of how many solid breakout passes he was making, right? So really good though from him. That's the stepping stone that you would want to be able to master when it comes to the breakout. I don't think I've actually seen a better breakout defenseman that I've broken down so far. So this is probably the best one. So really good job from him. These guys, you could tell that they work well with one another. They know how to give and go. Like, they have the trust with each other to pass it back and forth. So let's see, you know, what you'd want to see in terms of your D-man, being able to be comfortable with each other. So really good job there. But yeah, you guys let me know what you guys thought. First link down below, community Discord if you want me to break down a period. Give me the timestamp, the link to the VOD, timestamp that you want me to break down of the period, position that you play, and I can get to it when I can. So I appreciate you guys. Let me know your thoughts on the gameplay, defensively, both sides of the ice. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys next time.